Here we are on day 4 of the 45-day loft conversion challenge. Today the guys have built the dormer structure at the back of the loft. So we saw yesterday that the front section here had been completed for the roof, and now we've got the dormer, which, as I mentioned in the last video, is a box construction entirely of timber. So you can see as we come along the side here that the timber frame has been put in place in addition to what was yesterday. So look at the steel beam, the ridge beam. We fitted into this the joists that make up the ceiling for the dormer at the back. So you can see the big ceiling joists have been cut to size and fit neatly into the eye of the I-beam on the ridge beam across the top. So the structure has been completed in timber, and then the sections have all been then filled in using plyboard. So you can see that the roof has all been fitted, but we've got an overhang across the edge. That will be fitted later with the Grp edging, and we'll be pouring Grp roof. The back has all been filled in. As you can see here, the windows have been cut out to size as per the drawings that were approved by planning, and we come across the edging all the way across the top, and an overhang on the side where we are joined to the neighbour. There's a gap here. We'll have a look at this in a bit more detail later. But yeah, you can see that the entire structure has been completely covered with plyboard. This plyboard will be covered with felt, and then we will apply some battens across the top of the felt, and the tiles will be hung off those battens. So we'll be able to see that in later videos, that we'll put nicely parallel spaced battens all across the back of this structure, the vertical structure, and then the tiles will be hung off that. These are the vertical wall tiles. We can see here the detail for the window, which has been cut out. This is for the ensuite shower room, and we'll be fitting all the tiles around that before the window is installed. And we can see across the top here, the Grp roof will be poured over the back surface, and we'll have some drainage that will come down the side here. This vertical section will also have vertical hung tiles, and then we've got a window that is illuminating the stairwell from the side of the house. So just coming back around to the front, we can see the dormer has now taken shape internally, and we will jump down and have a look at what the guys have been doing inside the structure today. So here we are on the outside. We just stepped through and we can see exactly what all the guys have been doing on the inside of the dormer. So if we have a look down here, this is going to be the covered wall that we can see on the right hand side. So we can see that all of the structure has been supported by vertical timber. So this is the same type of timber that we've used on the floor. So we've got the vertical uprights, which have been used to create the frame, and then across the back we've got the solid timber across the top, and the windows have been made to measure in line with the planning drawings. So everything internally here has been left with a cavity that you can see that will be filled with insulation once we've done the first fix electrics and plumbing in this whole space. So here you can see that we have boxed around the chimney breast where the gallows bracket and the bricks that we put in later were all finished up. Now we've created a slight L shape, so the room will step out around the chimney. We just put the verticals in, and this will, once it's insulated and we've finished all of that, we'll put plasterboard over the top of that, plaster it, and it will just have a sort of slight kink in the wall. So the whole of this structure here obviously will disappear under plasterboard eventually, but you can see the big cavities where we will put the kingspan insulation later. Going on to the the structure here. This is the end of the room internally, so this will be a vertical wall. We're going to put two cupboard doors, one at this end and one at the far end, so that we can access the space behind it for storage. So if we have a look through here, you'll be able to get a feel for it. So it's reasonably big area, floor space, about 2 meters from one side to the other, and it's obviously restricted head height, but there's still a lot of valuable storage space here. So quite often you'll find builders will just close this off. It's a real shame, real waste if they do that. So if you're doing a loft conversion, make sure that you plan ahead to be able to access all of the storage space once the build's complete. Looking over to the other side, we will have the staircase is going to be on this side, and also the bathroom will be constructed here. So the section where there's no floor joists here will be cut out, and this will be where the stairs will be coming up into the room. So this will be removed. This floor, which is actually the ceiling from below, will be cut out, and the stairs will be rising up here. The window there will be illuminating those stairs. And then in this corner where this window is, this is the bathroom that will be formed. In the next 24 hours, we'll be able to see the structure of that room taking shape once everything's completed on the dormer shell itself. And we'll be able to have a look at the ceiling here as well, which has got the same cavity as the walls. So this will all be filled with the rigid insulation, the Kingspan insulation, later once we've finished all of the first fix electrics that are going into the ceiling space. So one final thing to look at today is the edging around the original roof structure that we've left on the dormer. Down the side here you can see the junction with the house next door. We will be tiling alongside that, and then across the back we've still got the original gutter, and we will be putting a tile down between the dormer and the gutter, which will allow the water to just cascade into the gutter, and exactly the same thing will be done across the side here where the side wall of the house is. So continuing to make good progress. I'll see you for day 5 tomorrow.